What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I want to talk about the many ways that narcissistic relationships can affect your mental health and your physical health. A lot of times what happens is when you have like a close-knit relationship with somebody, family, friends, or serious relationship, sometimes you just kind of take on everything about them and you kind of become one. And that happens because they pretty much lead the relationship. You kind of lose your identity. So you forget the things that you like. You forget the things that you used to be into. And you kind of you become everything that they are. Now their likes is your likes. And they want it to be that way because they really want to take over you. That's what happens in narcissistic relationships. And because the narcissist is such an empty soul, they need someone to make them feel like they have finally become human. They can finally feel and see things that they don't see, you know, and just take on life as a normal human or just as a decent person who has their own identity. They don't know what it is to be themselves. To be themselves is to show you a part of a person who you really don't want to get to know. If they show you who they really are, you wouldn't want to be involved with them in the first place. That's why they have to pretend to be somebody else. That's why they have to mimic you and pretend like they share the same interests with you when it really comes from somewhere else. But if you are a person who are unaware of yourself and you go into this toxic relationship with these narcissists, what happens is they start to kind of create you to be who they want you to be. And sickness comes along with that. A lot of times, you know, like things that a person does or say, it kind of rub off on you. You might find yourself sometime using the same lingo as them. You know, you may start to season your food the way they do. You know, you might even start to talk the way they do. I mean, like, as in your accent might even change because you're so close-knitted with them now. And that's really not a good thing because it's like you lose your individuality. And that's something that you don't want to do because that's what makes us unique. But narcissists don't think of humans as uniqueness. You know, they think it as we should be all the same because it's a dictator thing when it comes to narcissists. They want you to follow their lead and be just like them. And it's crazy. I will never understand why, because what is a world when everyone is all the same, you know? And how much more boring can that be? You know, we should all want to be different. That's what attracts us to other people, difference. You know, but with narcissists, to me, I judge them. I judge anybody, anything, even myself, based off of intentions. And we all know that the narcissists do not have good intentions. It's always a hidden agenda behind everything that they do. It's always a plan. And it's always based off what can they benefit off of it. They have to get something in return. If not, they don't feel the need to get involved in the first place. That's why we don't hear from them when we're sick. And the narcissist could be the main cause of the sickness. Now we need them. The reason why they're not there is because they're used to the sickness. Because they are the sickness. They are the poison that we are now feeling. They pretty much poison everything they touch because that's just how toxic they are. They make us sick mentally. That comes from the gaslighting and the smearing because you start to feel away and it doesn't feel well. So when you start to feel unwell and you notice that, you know, this is not right, I need to check myself, you know, it comes from somewhere. It happened at some point. And it all goes back to the narcissist because they poison your mind to think a certain way. You know, and it makes you become mentally unstable. Now, when you feel, physically unwell, like when you just don't feel good, when you start to feel these sicknesses, a lot of times they come from the narcissist. If you have a sexual relationship with them, they're known to have multiple partners. They probably pass something on to you, knowingly passing it on to you, because they are careless people. They don't care about how they harm other people. All narcissists care about is how they are viewed by other people. As long as they can look good in the light or outside, outside of people, be a good topic of conversation. That's all they care about, because if they know that there's a chance they'll be exposed, they're going to disappear because they can't handle that type of exposure. They only seek positive spotlight. And none of us want to be talked about negatively. But the thing about it is, when you know that you're innocent and you know that what you have done that may have caused this negative backlash, you unknowingly did something because you didn't have the intentions of doing it, then it kind of hits different. But with narcissists, they know what they're doing already. They know when to show their face and they know when to disappear. Trust me, they got it all down packed. It's all a plan to begin with. So again, the way that the physical health affects you in a way to where it makes you sick is because of how, they have put something in you. It could even be food poisoning because they're not as clean as they want people to think they are. Again, they copy people so that people can think that they're just that clean. But, behind closed doors, the narcissist, the real person, is not a clean person. They are nasty and dirty and foul with their bodies, with their language. The way they speak to you is horrible. They curse you out a lot. They use a lot of profanity. They are rude. They're ignorant. They're disgusting. They say things that'll catch you off guard that you will be like, okay, well, that's very ill-mannered. It's just like they don't care what comes out of their mouth when they're settled and just being themselves. When the mask comes off, it's not just to show you that rage, that anger side of them. Sometimes it's just to show you who they are. And that's why a lot of times you're surprised by it. And you may not question it. You may laugh it off and take it as a joke, because a lot of times when people say things that we're not expecting, we may laugh about it and take it as a joke. If it's funny, we're going to laugh at it. But when it comes to the point where the joke is on us, that's when it really gets real, because now we see that we're dealing with an unstable person and that this person is careless, and you start to backtrack and think about how this could have affected you in a way. And it's scary because you got so much to unpack when it comes to what could they have done to harm you in a physical way. But the good thing about it is, if you can cure it, if you have been affected by the narcissist some type of way physically, and if it's curable, that's a good thing. The thing about the narcissist is, it's only a matter of time before they self-destruct, because they're careless individuals, and it's just going to continue. Their cycle of carelessness is going to continue. They don't care about their own mental and physical health, so they don't care about yours. They will take you down with them. They don't care. It's all about image to them, something that gives them the supply that makes them feel good. Just like a person who's, a drug addict. Drug addiction is not always to be compared to narcissism, because to me, my perspective, I think that drug addiction is not a choice. It's something that you tried and you didn't know it was going to have that stronghold on you. And it takes a strong mental toughness to get a loose from that. But that's a whole different subject. But in comparison to a narc and the way they treat other people, it's a choice. It's a choice. They know it's a choice. You know, they're too lazy to look inside themselves and decide to make the change. So they rather, you know, just continue to harm other people and destroy other people's lives because they don't care. But yeah, it pretty much boils down to how close you are with that narcissist. That trauma bond, it plays a lot into the mental health of your relationship with the narcissist, because now you think that this toxic relationship is okay. It's not normal. It's not something that, you know, that's sweet that they're back together, and to laugh it off like, oh, they'll be arguing again and breaking things, and he'll be throwing at her or she'll be throwing at him at about the end of the week. Oh, they'll be back together. It has become so normal that I'm starting to see people even like kind of glorified in a way, like toxic, and they put hearts by it like it's something to be proud of. You know, toxicity is a poison. So who wants to be a part of something like that? Who wants to be bonded with poison? You don't want that on you. It's gonna become you. Now, when it comes to mental health, dealing with the narcissist and how to cure yourself from it, you know, first you must be able to recognize what's going on with you and be aware that it's not normal and it's something to, you know, check up on and look for the right resources to get yourself some help. But in order to do that, you have to make your mind up to set boundaries, set, you know, specific boundaries with narcissists, and, you know, just use the tools that's needed to keep yourself safe, to keep from going back over that line and becoming that again, having that a part of your life again. Because it's already going to be a long road, you know, doing away with dealing with the toxic narc and how they have conditioned your mind to think, you know, in such a negative way. Because there's nothing about a narcissist that's positive. It's all negative and it's all fake. Nothing about the narcissist is real. It's fake, and they're very negative people. And negativity equals to unhealthiness. You know, trauma bond is very unhealthy. Unsafe, you know, sexual relationships are very unhealthy because that could take you away from here. So those are the three things that we really have to be mindful of when dealing with people. It's all about recognizing the signs. I believe that God blesses us in ways that are just so unmeasurable. He saved us. Those of us who can talk about it, we are living to talk about it. We are living witnesses to the abuse we went through with these people. God saved us, and you know, he deserves all of the glory, being the fact that we got away from this. Not on our own, though. He gave us that spiritual vision to see what was going on. And, you know, what you take from that is a huge responsibility of knowing that I got to stay away from that. This is not only a certain type of power, but it's growth, you know, and with that journey, it comes the responsibility of spreading the word. You have a job now to spread the word. That's why no matter how long I take breaks, I know I've been away for 2 weeks, I'm going to always come back to y'all. I'm always going to come back with something. And I'm going to always come back with something that I hope is new and something that you're able to share, something that you haven't heard before. And even if you have and you've heard it from some other source, share it. You know, it's all useful information dealing with this subject and with this darkness in these people. You know, share it. I was away for 2 weeks because I have been working a second job, and it's been taking a lot from me. And my boyfriend is, you know, he's sick and everything, and taking care of him, you know, maintaining the relationship, taking care of him, working in the, most of the day, and at night, it takes a lot of time away from me. And every day I'm thinking and planning to get in front of the camera or even do a voiceover, because there's so much, you know, that I want to speak on. But it's like I'm finally beginning to, you know, get in the pattern of making space for that, because this is something that, you know, it's not only a calling, but it's something that I enjoy doing. Even though it's on this type of subject, it's still something that I look forward to doing. So I don't ever want y'all to think that, you know, that I just forgot about y'all and I'm just abandoning the channel, because it's not. It's just things that I have going on. That's all. You know, life goes on, even though we're dealing with this. But I'm gonna always come back on here and touch base with y'all and try to speak on some different things. I should be having another video coming back soon that I want to speak on something else, but it's not going to be as long as this one. Just want to come on and show my face and speak on that real quick. Leave your thoughts down below. And oh, and my boyfriend not sick, like dying sick or nothing like that. He's a kidney patient and he's on dialysis. He just had a little outpatient surgery, and you know, I've been taking care of him with that. His recovery is pretty good and stuff. He's recovering pretty well and shaking back pretty good. And I'll get into more of that later on down the line. I mean, you know, we good on that. But look out for that next video. I'm not going to tell y'all what it's about, but it is dealing with narcs. So, press the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, share these videos. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for coming back. Thank y'all for your support, and I'll talk to you soon.